Hey everybody, it is Gabby and it is time to gab about some books. Well, one in particular, this one is actually Providence by Carolyn Kepnes, and this was sent to me by the publisher on Netgalley. So thank you so much for sending me this book because I did enjoy it. I believe I gave it a 3 out of 5, and there are some reasons why, so I will definitely get into that. But this is coming out, or it's being published on June 19th, which should be tomorrow. Hopefully I post on time. So anyways, we're going to get into this review and to see why I got a 3 out of 5. So let's go. So this book follows the whole concept of different point of views, which I'm definitely okay with at times, but I feel like a lot of the books are, or a lot of authors are doing this, and it's not always executed correctly. In this case, Carolyn Kepnes does an excellent job, at least I think so, executing all the different points of view. And it's not too many, it's just 3 different characters. The 3 different characters that are telling the story of what has happened and transpired throughout the entire course of events. John, Chloe, and Eggs, and they're all very different, but they are all intertwined and they all connect at some point or other. Give you an idea of what happens. So John is kidnapped or abducted at a young age. He's walking through the woods and he is abducted by somebody, and you don't know who it is, and it flashes forward. I believe it's like 4 years, or maybe 6 years, and Chloe was John's best friend. So Chloe has kind of gone through life one day hoping that he will return, and she has never given up hope. But eventually she stops doing certain things, but she eventually starts living her life. She gets a boyfriend, she's hanging out with her friends more often, and then they get the phone call that John has been found. He was in the mall, and he calls his mom, which then that's when all of it hits the fan. So John was actually never awake during the time that he was being held captive. He was in a medically induced coma. So the whole time, the person that kidnaps him, and I'm not going to say who it was because I feel like, to me, that was like a really good thing not to know until they announced it. Not that you are introduced to the character before they tell you who it was, but whatever. So he wakes up and he has this note from the person that kidnapped him saying, you're welcome and there's more than meets the eye to you. So he basically has these superhero strength or superhero powers, but they're really not powers. They're more so a curse. So the whole concept of Providence is that it focuses around or references H.P. Lovecraft, which I've never read anything by H.P. Lovecraft, so I feel like that's part of why my rating dropped from a 5 to a 3, because some of the references I didn't get. Kind of compared John to a character named Wilbur in the Dunwich Horror, which again, I've never read it, so it kind of makes me want to read it so that I can kind of appreciate the comparison a little bit more. But I felt like that wasn't overly a big deal. The person that kidnapped John is kind of obsessed with H.P. Lovecraft, and he wants everything to revolve it. He's super smart. I don't want to give too much away, but he's intelligent, not super smart, I should say. He's very intelligent, and he has created science experiments, and he wants to change the way the world works. Throughout it, John is kind of tortured with this idea that he can't be around certain people because of what happens when he's around them, and I'm not going to tell you what happens because I was like, holy moly, that really just happened because of him. He definitely battles between being good and understanding that he's not a monster, because they keep kind of referring to him as Wilbur, or at least unintentionally referring to him as Wilbur, because he goes to an H.P. Lovecraft convention. So I'm rambling all over the place. So basically, it's just this big cycle where John and Chloe can never actually be together because they're in love and whatever. So a lot of people have said that there is romance in it, and there is, but I felt like that wasn't the focal point, which to me helped raise up the stars, because this wasn't a romance. This was definitely one of those books that had a sci-fi feel to it, a horror feel, and then you did have some dramatic moments to it. One of the things I definitely enjoyed was seeing how tortured the character John was and how much he was trying to figure out what was wrong with him. It wasn't just a, let me become an evil person and do whatever. Now, eventually, like, there is the battle of should I continue or not. So that was very interesting. The character Eggs, he is a detective. He is very suspicious of everybody, and there are certain things he does that I just did not like necessarily think was realistic, since I do have a stepdad who is a detective. Some of the things that Eggs does within it, it's just not realistic detective work, but I mean, I don't necessarily know since I don't go to work with my stepdad. I just skip stories. So that kind of did bring down the rating a little bit just because of the realism of it. There were definitely some things in here that were unrealistic too, like of how quickly the characters found each other. There's a lot that happens throughout that I just can't talk about because it would give so much away. So the different point of views, like the different perspectives, the chapters were very well written. I definitely liked the writing style of Caroline Kepnes. I did like You,
which was her debut album.
Her debut novel. I did like that a lot better than this one. This one left a lot of unanswered questions at the end. I feel like with You, I mean, obviously there is the sequel, but I felt like there weren't that many questions to still be answered, if that makes sense. Unlike this one where I was just like, so what happens next? No, like for real, like, because for real, there's so much that is not figured out. You never understand what happened to him, to John. You never understand why it was John who was kidnapped. And you never understand, like, if there's actually going to be an end to it, if he's actually going to be with somebody. So it's just insane. It's almost, he is kind of like a superhero, but I guess a lot of people are saying if you read Dunwich Horror, he's more of a monster, but he doesn't want to be a monster. It's all types of confused. So this is why I feel like I need to go back and read some H.P. Lovecraft. The other thing with this is that the timeline was excellent. Like, I really liked how they didn't spend so much time on the during of when he was kidnapped. Like, they focused a little bit on it, but then they it was almost like a flash forward. And then after a little bit of the flash forward, they flash forward again, or she flash forward again. So that was very awesome. And I feel like that kept the story going and I was engaged. I will say the beginning half of the book, I was more engaged than the ending. By the end, I was kind of just like, I want the story to be over. But then I was left with cliffhangers and now I'm like, I want more. So I felt like she was almost toying with me as a reader. Like, she's giving everything to you at the beginning and then in the middle it's like, oh, okay, let's go. And then at the end, you're just like, what? That's it? You're not going to give me any more than that? So that's part of also why it got a 3. I was at a 4 for a while, but then it dropped down to a 3 with a few of the unrealistic moments, and then the idea that it just kept going. It was like a roller coaster. Like, one minute I was really engaged and like flying through it, and then the next minute it was like chugga, 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 chugga. Like, you know, like roller coasters, it takes forever to get to the top, but then once you go, it's like that. I feel like I'm not making any sense right now. If I'm not, I'm really sorry. So anyways, this one is definitely worth a read, and I feel like there should be a sequel, so hopefully there is. If there's not, I'm going to be very upset because I feel like I need all these answers. So maybe I need to go higher on my rating since I had so many questions left and I'm still like thinking about it. So maybe, I think, oh my goodness. I think maybe I will go back on my Goodreads and give it a 4, which means I have to go back on the Netgalley and give it a 4. So, because now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, there are so many like questions unanswered that I really need answered because it's just driving me crazy. So anyways, if you enjoy H.P. Lovecraft, I'm assuming you might like this. It does reference H.P. Lovecraft a lot, from the convention of H.P. Lovecraft to just all of the references throughout it. Now, a lot of people have said that You had more pop culture references, and it definitely did. This one has some, but don't expect it to be the same as from You, which was her debut novel. So this was my quick review of Providence by Caroline Kepnes, and I feel like I'm not saying her name correctly, so I'm so sorry. But this comes out on June 19th, so go check it out. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. And apparently, oh, I have all the information right here. So the tentative on sale date is June 19th, which I have not heard anything further that it's going to be pushed back. The publication month is obviously June of 2018. The print price is going to be $27, and the ebook price is going to be $29.99. If you have not purchased it yet, or because I feel like I might purchase, I might actually just post this on the 19th, because it did say that I have to post my review after that date. So I'm going to post this on June 19th or maybe June 20th. But if you have not purchased it yet, you should definitely purchase it. It was not a terrible read. And if you liked the idea of monsters being, or like people that have monstrous powers or things along those lines, then you would definitely like Providence. And I just feel like I lost a lot of the references just because I'm not a H.P. Lovecraft fan, and there's so much that they explain about. There's this whole saying about I am Providence, and they explain all of it, and they reference to H.P. Lovecraft a lot, but it just went right over my head. So if you have read H.P. Lovecraft and you did like Carolyn Kepnes, check Providence out. So this is my quick book review. Hopefully I'll have this posted up on the 19th or the 20th, and look out for a new part of my YouTube channel. It's going to be called Freaky Friday. I will be posting my first Freaky Friday video on this Friday, which I believe is the 22nd, maybe. Something along those lines. So, and I'm also going to be doing a few announcement videos for an upcoming reading marathon. I'm going to be doing 2 or 3 over the summer, since this is typically the time that I can read the most. So I'm definitely going to be doing a 48-hour reading marathon the weekend after the 4th of July, and I want to try to get as many people involved as possible and see what we can do with that. And then I'm also going to be doing 2 other reading marathons, whether it is a 24-hour or a 48-hour. I feel like I was more productive with the 48 hours. The other thing is that Booktubeathon is coming up, and I really want to participate in it. But I feel like every time I make my video for the TBRs for this, that's when I fall off the YouTube channel wagon, and I'm just like, maybe it's a curse, and maybe I shouldn't talk about them and just do it. So I don't know if I'm going to show a TBR video for that, but I definitely want to participate because I feel like that's going to help me get back into recording consistently. Also, let me know if you want me to continue on with Man Crush Monday and Woman Crush Wednesday videos. I'm thinking I'm not going to do them every Monday and Wednesday. I think I'm going to kind of narrow it down to maybe the first Monday of the month and then the last Wednesday of the month. And this way it kind of splits it up a little bit, and then I'll do other things on there. So I'm thinking maybe I'm just trying to come up with new things, and I feel like I'm rambling, and I feel like I'm just talking, and okay, that's it. That's all I have for you. Hopefully you're all having a wonderful day, and hopefully you've been reading more than I have, because I think I'm only up to 5 books this year, which is pitiful, and that's about it. So that's a wrap. I will see you guys later, and hopefully I'll have at least 2 other videos going up this week. I know I have the Freaky Friday one already done for you. I just have to check it in there. And I'm also going to be going away this weekend, so I'm going to be vlogging, so that's exciting. So I'm going to be doing so many different things. And hopefully you have not run for the hills thinking, oh my gosh, this lady is crazy. It's okay though if you do, because I am totally crazy sometimes. So anyways, this was it. This was my quick little spiel about all the upcoming videos that I have for you guys, and thank you so much for subscribing to my channel if you have already done that. If you are not a subscriber and you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give this video a big thumbs up down below, and hit that subscribe family if you are not part of my channel. I'm going to try to have a video up at least twice a week, if not more. I really am trying this time around because I feel like every so often I fall off. But anyways, alright, that's it. Bye.